Fresh ingredients, love can be it. Nourish your body, feel so fine. Healthy living every time.
Welcome to Dancing in the Kitchen, a cooking show with a twist. I'm Hannah Romanowski, and today we're bringing the spirit of Holi right into our kitchen. Holi is the festival of colors, a joyful celebration of love, renewal, and the arrival of spring. Across India and beyond, people come together to dance, laugh, and share delicious food, celebrating the arrival of spring. Just like Holi paints the streets in brilliant colors, Indian cuisine is filled with bright, bold flavors and lots of spice. I can't wait to introduce you to our special guest today, Priyanka Varma, who will be sharing one of her favorite Indian dishes full of flavor. And we won't just be cooking, we'll be dancing too. So get ready to celebrate Holi. This is a time of music, dance, celebration, and joy. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Spicebox, where we unlock the magic and mystery of herbs and spices. Today, we're talking about a kitchen essential with legendary status: garlic. Whether you love it or fear its breathy aftermath, this little bulb has been prized for thousands of years for its flavor, health benefits, and even mystical powers. Garlic isn't just delicious, it's one of nature's most potent medicinal herbs. Here's why. Garlic boosts immunity. It is packed with allicin, a compound that fights viruses, bacteria, and even the common cold. Garlic lowers blood pressure. Studies show that it helps relax blood vessels, improving heart health. Garlic is wonderful at supporting digestion. It promotes healthy gut bacteria while fighting harmful microbes. Garlic acts as a natural detoxifier. It helps flush heavy metals from the body. How do you cook with garlic? Well, garlic adds depth and warmth to almost any dish, but how you prepare it matters. Raw garlic has the strongest medicinal benefits. Just crush it and let it sit for a minute before adding it to food. The oxidation is going to release more allicin and you'll get even more health benefits. Roasted garlic turns soft and sweet and buttery, perfect for spreading on bread or blending into soups. Sautéed garlic brings out its rich, mellow side, ideal for pastas, stir-fries, and sauces. Here's a fun fact. Did you know garlic was once used as warrior's food? Ancient soldiers, from Roman gladiators to the samurai, ate garlic for strength and endurance. And in folklore, it has been used to ward off everything from the plague to vampires. So whether you're using it for flavor, health, or just to keep the vampires at bay, garlic is a must-have in every kitchen. Give it a try and let me know your favorite way to use it. Until next time, happy cooking, and don't forget to add some garlic to your life. And now, a word from our sponsor. Welcome back. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, Priyanka Varma, who is a pain therapist specializing in managing chronic conditions such as arthritis, medical trauma, and chronic spinal issues. She is a certified yoga therapist as well as an expert in breathwork and meditation. She's also trained in Pilates, functional movement, and sound therapy. With degrees in statistics and popular sciences and training in the Indian classical dance form Kathak, love that, Priyanka brings a unique blend of science, art, and ancient wisdom to her practice. That is so beautiful. I can't wait to talk with you. As the co-founder of Pranazone, whose motto is "Breath is Joy," Priyanka is committed to empowering individuals through holistic healing. Currently, she offers group and private one-to-one instruction in yoga therapy, both in person and via Zoom, working with seniors in assisted living and memory care facilities, and co-teaches yoga philosophy at teacher trainings. Priyanka, I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for coming on Dancing in the Kitchen.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Priyanka, I'm really curious. You have so many things that you offer and such a rich history in these different wisdom traditions. You have the sciences, you have yoga, you have dance. How did you come to your line of work? What drew you? What inspired you? And to do what you do now in working with people and healing them?
Well, like you said, I am trained as I wouldn't say trained, but my background is statistics and population sciences, but I have had a very circuitous path to where I am right now. Came to a point in my life where I thought, this is not what I want to do when I grew up, So I decided to just take a sabbatical from my work, my line of work that I was doing at that point of time, and just went on a journey to find myself, I guess. And then I joined a teacher training, yoga teacher training, and I realized that that's something that I really love to do. And not just doing the practice, but also teaching it in a way, in a therapeutic setting, not a fitness center or a gym or that setting, but more taking it to people who benefit more from it, like our aging population, which is, we need that. So that's how I came to yoga therapy. And then what cemented it for me was my mom passed away 5 years ago. And that was the last thing that I had spoken to her about, was like, what do you want to do from here on? And I said, this is what I want to do. And she was like, go for it. And I just kind of, it just cemented it for me. It's like, this is what I want to do. And the practice and working with people, that helped me also, process that trauma and come up from that grief period that I was going through. And so I thought, if it could help me, it could help everybody. So it was kind of like in a, I didn't catch my nose this way, I went all the way. So
I've never heard that expression, but I love it.
So that's how I came to what I'm doing right now. Went through a whole certification for yoga therapy, and then decided on getting a certification for yoga for arthritis, and working with population that's really close to my heart. So
That's really beautiful.
next week is my mom's. It'll be 5 years since she passed. So if I get emotional during this, when I talk,
be emotional.
I apologize for that in advance.
There is no need to apologize. It's really a beautiful thing to bring your mother's spirit. I'm going to get emotional. Your mother's spirit is here, and the fact that she blessed you on this journey is really touching. And it seems to always be true that healers have been healed, and so you've gone through your own process of healing from your own trauma, and then all these skills that you've gained, you're able to give to others. There's so many elements to healing and health and having a healthy lifestyle. So how do you combine all of these elements for one's personal, like what would you recommend to people, or how does it show up in your life? Food, music, dance, yoga. Any piece of wisdom or thoughts that you would like to share?
For me, yoga it's my daily practice, my yoga and meditation. That's, I don't compromise on that. I think having that grounding is very important for one's health and peace of mind. The peace of mind that it brings me. I can only talk about myself, and the peace of mind it brings me when I start my day with that, it's like, okay, everything is going to be okay. Just when I start with that. And then making with food, making choices that feel healthy to you. It doesn't have to be and I have recently, in my family, we went through a very big health scare, and we decided, okay, we have to overhaul our way of life, like eating totally. And so taking small steps at a time. It doesn't happen all at once. It has to be small steps, which is sustainable. So what works for your lifestyle and what works for you is more important than what everybody else is doing. So being aware of that is more important than anything else.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I love that. Yeah. Well, and it's connecting to yourself and what you need. Yeah. And it may not be what the latest experts are saying about what you should or shouldn't be doing, because it truly is different for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are there any exercises, because you work with breath work and meditation, that you can share with our audience that they could do, a simple exercise?
Absolutely. So when you are going about stress is a big, I think, the new smoking of our generation.
Indeed.
And when you are going about how to when you are in a stress, it's your sympathetic nervous system that's on overdrive, and how to bring it to your parasympathetic, activate that, and how to bring that. So there's a vagus nerve. It's a wandering nerve, which is a big part of our parasympathetic nervous system, and it goes from the base of our skull down to the bottom of our toes, and to the bottom of our soles of our feet. Some tricks that you can do is simple, is taking deep breaths, taking a deep breath into your belly, letting your belly inflate, and then breathing good deep sighs out. Open your mouth and sigh it out. There you go. Do it again, one more time.
Audience, are you doing this too? Ah.
And if you want to make that noise, that's okay too. You know, big sigh, audible sigh. Because what happens is when you make sound, it activates the nerve endings that is at the back of your throat. And that trigger is not the right word, that activates your vagus nerve, and that brings your body into a rest and digest response. Another exercise would be making a V with your fingers. And then bringing your fingers, like your ears, between those fingers.
Okay.
And you're going to rub, just go up and down. And if you want to close your eyes while you're doing that, and do that till you start feeling like taking a deep breath or a big yawn.
I hear yawns in the room.
Yawning is okay. Yawning is good. And that's one trick. And you can do that
It feels great.
while sitting in the traffic or at your desk, you know, when you are doing that.
So sitting with both hands in the traffic?
Or one hand
Can
is
you do
fine
one hand
too.
at a
You
time?
can do
Okay.
one-handed.
Just checking.
Yeah, one hand at a time too. But you don't have to do that while you're driving, you know, sitting in the traffic.
I got you. Okay.
That's why I said sitting in the traffic. You know, you don't have to do that while you're driving.
Yes.
Because you're not stressed when you're driving. It's only when you're in a jam or, you know, sitting in a traffic and you have to be at work or meeting a deadline. That's when you're stressed. So that would be one thing to do.
That's an important place to have some meditation, breathing techniques to calm and center you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have time for that. More? Do you have time for more?
Sure. One more?
Okay.
Okay.
One more.
Groups of 3.
All right.
Yeah.
So interlace your fingers, bring it behind your head. Okay. And then gently kind of push your hand in your palms. So you have that, you know, the activation of your neck, so it's not leaning forward. And then without moving your head, turn your eyes to your left. Just look to your left. Keep looking. Again, till you feel like taking a deep breath or a big yawn. And then when you do that, turn to the other side. Look to your right. And then come back to center. Close your eyes for a moment. Open your eyes, release your arms. And roll your shoulders.
That was lovely.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course.
And if people want to work with you, tell us about your offerings and then how people can reach you.
So, like you mentioned earlier, I do work one-on-one with people privately, online, on Zoom, and in person, and I go to people's houses if need be. And then I do offer group classes online. And all the information is on my website, which is pranazone.com.
Pranazone.com.
That's right.
Wonderful. And then how far do you go for in person?
Sonoma County, I think maybe 20 miles from where I am. That will be good.
Okay, great. So if you're in the Sonoma County area, then you can work with Priyanka in person. Otherwise, she's available on Zoom, which is wonderful. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We have 2 more things that we are really excited to do today.
Okay.
And I'm kind of thinking that we should actually start with the cooking.
Okay.
Because then we can dance while we wait, right?
Absolutely.
Because I'm hungry.
That needs to be cooked. Chicken needs to be cooked.
And the chicken does need to be cooked. So what are we going to be making today?
So today I thought I will be making chicken, and mostly this is the dish that my mom used to make on every Holi.
Oh,
That was, it was, Holi was always a festival where, neighbors would come and friends, family, they gathered together. And so there was a big pot of chicken always, every Holi in the middle of our courtyard. She would have that, and everybody who would come in would grab a plate and just serve themselves. So it's
good memories attached to
yes,
it. Yes,
amazing memories attached to that. While people played with colors, they would eat. All the color would get into the chicken, but nobody cared. So
yes, can you please share with us about Holi and the traditions of Holi?
So Holi is our spring festival. It's celebrated with the onset. The winter is, when the winter is kind of going away and spring is coming. And it celebrates the winter crops that come in at that time. So wheat, corn, when I don't remember anymore anything else, but mostly wheat and corn and sesame seed. Yeah. So all desserts that are made for Holi contains all of these, foods that are coming in.
Okay.
So
Wheat,
that's
corn,
sesame, yeah. And sugar, sugar cane. So
a lot of sweet treats.
lot of sweet treats. So that's what it's celebrated for. There are a lot of stories associated with that too, which kind of signifies the victory of good over evil. A lot of stories associated with that. But essentially, it's where everybody comes together, and without the background, or nobody cares about that. Everybody's colored, so nobody knows who the other person is. Sometimes
because they're covered in
colors.
Yeah. So can you tell us about these colors?
So, I have been bringing this to my kids' school, when my kids were in elementary school. They are older now. I used to celebrate Holi and Diwali, which is our next big festival, with them. So I would bring all these colors and I would explain. And these are just I think it's a corn flour that's been colored with the. It has a very flowery texture to it, and you can. Can I?
Oh no! Go ahead.
Okay. So.
I get to do
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is fun already.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you play with all these colors, but in India, normally you also play with watercolors too.
Okay.
So, and those that don't come out easily from the clothes.
Oh.
So.
I feel a little unbalanced because I think we need it on the other cheek too.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
There you go.
Okay. And then I think this is one we haven't done yet.
There you go.
There we go.
So these come up pretty easily from the clothes.
This is really tempting to.
I know.
I'm gonna refrain, but oh boy, what fun!
It is. It is so much fun. It is so much fun because then you just become like a kid again.
Yeah.
Playing with colors and.
Is there somewhere here in the Bay Area where there are Holi festivals and events where people can come and partake of it?
Absolutely. I think there's one in Novato, and I think recently we had one temple in Petaluma. So we'll be having that celebration there as well. There's a lot of celebrations in South Bay, like San Jose, San Mateo, Santa Clara, all those people where there's more Indian population. So yeah, you can find, I'm sure if you go online and look for it, you'll find a lot of places where there are Holi celebrations happening right now.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
Absolutely.
We're going to put those back. And
So-
I think, oh, go ahead.
So as I was telling about the dish.
Oh, yes. Tell us more.
So this dish is, I didn't have a name for it, but somebody in the audience suggested that I should name it for my mom. And so it's going to be Mira's chicken
Mira's
today.
chicken. I love that. Yes. Clap.
Thank you for that.
In honor of your mama.
In honor of my mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for
Well,
that.
let's get cooking, and then
Absolutely.
we're going to take a little dance break.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell us about this dish and what we're going to do first.
Okay, so first, I wanted to introduce my trusty spice dabba. It's container.
Oh.
You'll find it in every Indian household that you go. So that's turmeric.
Yeah. Turmeric, yes.
That's coriander powder.
Coriander,
That's red chili powder.
red chili powder.
And that's a mix of garam masala, which is a mix of a lot of spices. And that's my mom's recipe, which has cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, a lot more. I have the recipe. I don't know what else. So
It's a secret recipe.
it's a secret recipe,
Yes.
but it has a mix of spices, and it's a very warming spice.
Yes.
So
That is beautiful. I want to ask, because people who aren't familiar with preparing Indian food, they want to use the spices because they know how good it tastes. And spices are so good for you. My goodness.
absolutely.
What would you suggest to a novice about how to incorporate these spices into food to give it an Indian flavor?
So the first would be try a little bit. You know, turmeric is the one that's very readily available everywhere. I guess all the spices are now very readily available here. Turmeric has a kind of, if you use a lot, then it has a bitter flavor. So you have to be very careful about using it. So try it a little bit at a time and see what you like.
Yeah.
Coriander is it's a lemony. It has a little lemony flavor. So we add it to sweet dishes. So when you add, I'll explain as we are
Okay.
going along why we are adding all these spices.
All right, please.
So you want to start putting in some oil first in there?
Sure. So you tell me what to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Put some oil in. Put the whole thing in.
Oh,
Yep.
all of that?
Yep.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
So what should I have? I
Okay.
think I had it on too high.
Too high. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we're gonna
So
go.
smoking a little bit. Let me remove this a little bit. Okay.
You're gonna go and
There we
put
go.
a couple of bay leaves in
A
there.
couple of bay leaves. All right.
And then we're gonna put this onion, sliced onion.
And what should we have it on? Medium?
Medium
Okay.
for now.
There we go. Sliced onion with
And with some chilies, yes.
sliced onion.
Serranos. I use serranos here.
Okay. There we go. Now it's going to start smelling really good. Okay. There we go.
And then you're gonna turn the flame on a little high so
A
that
little
we can
high.
brown it a little bit.
Okay. So on medium high.
Medium high.
Great.
And we let this onion sweat and kind of brown on the edges.
Okay.
Turn brown on the edges. Saute it for
Beautiful.
a little bit.
The audience is going to be getting really hungry. Do you smell it already? Yeah. So we're waiting for the onions to brown a little bit.
A little bit.
Yes. And how much of the chili did you use? The serrano
Just
chili?
half of it.
Half a serrano chili, and we have half of an onion. And I think there was like a fourth of a cup of avocado oil. What else could you use?
You can use ghee for that.
Well, ghee. It gives it such a distinctive flavor.
It does. So
Yeah.
I mostly use ghee
Okay.
for it. But avocado oil is another option.
All right.
And if you put a little bit of salt,
I meant to get ghee, but I forgot.
that's okay. Don't worry about it. If you put a little bit salt, the onions brown a little faster.
All right.
Okay.
That's a good tip.
Yeah,
Do you spend a lot of time cooking? Do you cook at home a lot? Or?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Funny enough, I didn't know how to cook till my husband and I got married.
Really?
So before that, I was, studying in college and, not a lot of chance to cook. And, it's, my mom never, she didn't force me to learn cooking. Like it was very prevalent in India. Like, you have a daughter, you need to know how to cook.
For how long did you grow up in India? When did you come here?
So I was born and raised in India, did all my college there. We came here, my husband and I, in like 99. We got married in 98. We moved here in 99. And we've been here since then. It was, that was a necessity at that point in time to start to learn cooking.
Right, because you weren't near your mother anymore.
Yeah. So, and my husband was poor my husband. He was my scapegoat for everything. He was my guinea pig, I would say. And it took me some time to kind of get the hang of it, but then I enjoyed.
Did you call your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Every
day. She
day.
must have loved that, though.
Every day.
Like, Mom, how do you make this?
It was like, yes. And so.
Well, it's so important to carry on these traditions.
Yes.
Of the food and the recipes and your memories.
I also think I kind of learned how it would smell, when my mom would cook it. So whenever I put some spices in, I smell it. And then, okay, it smells like how she would make it. So that was my measure of if I'm doing it right.
I love that because it's really, because some people, and if you hear a clicking, it's just the rice cooking. So it's fine. It'll stop in a moment.
Let's put some ginger garlic in here.
A lot of people feel like they don't, go ahead. Don't let me stop you because that onion's browning really nicely. A lot of people feel that they may need to rely on recipes, which is totally fine. They're great guidelines. But I love how you said that you knew it was the right, you knew the recipe was right based on the smell. And that's so wonderful that we're engaging our senses. Absolutely. And that was, and smell is such an important part of our memory. It connects us to our memory.
Yeah, you're right. So then we're going to add the chicken.
All right, there we go. Smells good, doesn't it? Yeah.
So now, bless you.
Pardon me.
I know it's the.
I think
it's the serranos.
That's it. Okay, the serranos are making me sneeze, but that's okay.
Okay, so we put some salt.
All right. Wow, that looks so good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add some spices. So turmeric. It's also, as you know, it's anti-inflammatory.
Yes.
Then I add some coriander powder.
Okay. And how much are you adding of each of these? It's
eyeball
a secret. Okay, so you eyeball it. A pinch of
but
this, a couple pinches of that.
Yes.
Okay.
So coriander is, it cuts the sweetness of the onion. So it depends on how lemony you want it.
Okay.
And then a little bit of spice and a kick. So a little bit, pinch of
what is that
red
again?
chili pepper.
Red chili pepper. Oh, this is going to be so delicious.
And at the end, we're going to add garam masala. Garam masala is not going to be added right now because the spices, when I make garam masala,
Yeah, tell me.
it's roasted first before I
Okay.
grind it. So it's already cooked, so it doesn't need to be cooked
Gotcha.
out.
Okay.
So it'll be
Would
in the
you
last.
recommend like pre-cooking the spices? Like,
Not really. If you are adding it right now, it's gonna cook. This chicken is gonna cook for at least half hour to get that juicy and mostly it's with the bone. But when you
Okay.
cook it with the bone, it kind of falls off the bone. So it's like at the low heat, we'll turn the heat low and then we'll let it cover it and let it cook for half hour.
okay, so that's what we should do.
That's what we will do.
Okay,
So before that, we're going to add the yogurt in here. And that much is good.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I like to taste at every step because I want to.
Of course.
So I want to see if
It's
the
a
salt
privilege.
is right or not. So what I
Okay.
do is I kind of go
Okay.
like this.
Yeah.
We need a little more salt.
Thank you for sharing your mother's recipe with us.
Absolutely. There you go.
I like how you said a little salt.
Because we added yogurt, so that's gonna need a
Right.
little bit more salt.
Yeah. So
There you go.
we put the lid on and we
Put
let
the
it
lid-
cook.
We
Okay.
put the lid on and then turn it to very low, the lowest setting that you have on here.
All right. Okay, so our chicken is cooking, and now I think it's time to have a little dance party.
All right.
All right. So what are we gonna do? If
Okay.
your kitchen had a song, or
Okay.
if your kitchen had a dance, what dance would it be?
Well, it's funny you say that because I love to listen to music when I'm cooking, and I love to dance in my kitchen.
I love
so
that.
my husband has installed some like those, the speakers that go under the cabinets.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
In the kitchen?
In the kitchen.
Oh, what
so
a
it's
sweet
like
husband.
so it's
Aw.
like at the under the cabinet, and I just hook my phone on it, and it just the
having
music
a
is there.
party?
Yes,
That's where the party-
while I'm cooking, because it's
Yeah.
I need to be in that headspace, to be able to cook.
It's such a creative space,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And
So
growing up in India, what happened in the kitchen? And this is kind of a leading question, but it seems like that's where the action happens with families.
it does. Kitchen is, like I think every culture you see, it's the heart of the whole house, basically, right? It's like where all the action happens. Basically.
Right.
Growing up, it was the same way. Growing up, I lived in with extended family, so we had a big family growing up. My grandma lived with us too, my mom's mom, because I have just one grandparent. All my grandparents have passed. So my mom's mom lived with us, and then my dad's, half brothers, and we had a whole family, uncles and children. So growing up, we were 12 kids in the family.
Oh my goodness.
So it was a big.
And how many
Hopping.
bathrooms?
Well, everybody had their own room, so it was that bathroom was not a problem at all.
So it was kind of like a complex where different families
it was
were
a
living?
big. We had a big house with it was our ancestral house, so courtyard in the middle and the rooms all around it, and the kitchen was like right in the middle of all that.
Wow.
So it was. I don't know how to explain that. It was just the heart of the house.
Wow. What
You know,
fun.
everything. It was fun
With so
growing
many
up.
kids in the home together?
It was fun. It was fun, and I was the eldest of all, so I
Were you
was
taking care of them a lot?
getting into trouble more than anything. But I would say somebody would call it. I was the instigator most of the time. So
You, Priyanka, you were the instigator. Okay.
Yeah, you can't believe that, right? I'm so...
I love that.
So it was fun. It was fun, and the house, all the festivals were amazing. We had so many, and we have so many festivals in India. It's just like one more reason to just celebrate and get together. So it was fun.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what moves are you going to teach us today? We're going to do some dancing. Are you ready? So especially if you're at home making Indian food with all these beautiful spices, what moves go with the food?
Okay. Put it on.
All right.
Okay. All right, you go. And then you're gonna go another side. And go. So up and down, and up and down.
I love it. That was so much fun.
So
Thank
you get a good workout, and then you get to eat after.
Love that. That's wonderful. Yes, I worked up an appetite already.
Thank you.
Shall we check the
Yes,
food?
absolutely. Now I'm going to
Okay.
add
Oh,
the garam masala in it.
we're adding the garam masala. And remind us what is in there again?
There's a lot of whole spices, but it's ground, roasted and ground.
Okay.
So it's cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, and there are 3 more. I don't remember the English name for it. It's in Hindi. It's called jhadila, and I don't know what it's called in English. Then a couple more.
Fennel? Could fennel? No.
We
Okay.
don't need fennel in that, but cumin. Cumin is in here.
Okay.
Cumin
course.
is in here, and then one more. I don't remember that. So it's just a pinch. You don't need a lot.
Nutmeg and mace. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Good mace.
So, but there's no like set amount of each different people.
There is a set amount of each when you make it. And I have the recipe with me. I don't remember it every time I have to. Because now my one of our sons have started cooking, and he loves to cook. Our oldest one, and he's the one who, like, when I make some, I have to make some for him too, because he needs to take it.
Oh, he takes it home. Yeah.
He takes it with him so that he can cook with it.
Yeah,
So when I
that's
make
sweet.
the recipe, then I, consult the recipe, but I don't remember it right now. So
Wonderful. Well, quite all right. Yes. I'm so excited to eat this. Thank you.
of course, it smells good.
All right. Look at that beautiful dish. Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah,
yes.
it does.
And you can top it with some. Oh, I probably should have put it on the plate first before.
That's okay.
That's okay. We can go out of order. Would you like to serve up the plate?
Absolutely.
And what do we call it again?
Mira's chicken.
Mira's chicken. Thank you. Thank you for showing us how to make it,
You're
Priyanka.
welcome.
Yay.
You're welcome.
Let's
Thank
eat.
you.
All right, we're going to do our raffle. And what are we raffling today?
So
What's our special
it's just a tiny little something. It's a coin purse.
So pretty.
And
Look at that.
it has a little bauble in it.
Oh, what is that? An earring?
Yeah, that's an earring.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, there's two of them. For your 2 ears. So let's see who the winner is. Dun, da, da, da. And the winner is 369-12-4-1-5. Oh my goodness! Come on down! Oh, you're coming on. Yeah, congratulations, you won!
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I'm so excited. I'll definitely fit. I have 2 shoes.
Fantastic. And you have 2 ears.
I have 1 and I have 2. But wait, I want a little bit of color. Can I have
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What if
Wait,
you ask me
no,
for me?
you
What if you
come
put it
here.
on me?
No, yeah. There we go. I'm so glad
Which
you
one
asked.
do you like? Which color?
I like the orange.
The orange?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look good on me.
Maybe we should put it on your whole family. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay. You're all next.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
then we're gonna
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But
glad you
there's
won.
a rules to that. If you put color on anybody, you need a hug.
Oh.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you for joining us on Dancing in the Kitchen. And stay tuned next week where we will celebrate the Persian Spring Festival of Nowruz. See you then.
Healthy living made easy. We cook it up and keep it breezy. From your kitchen to your plate, good vibes get away. Healthy living made easy. Taste the joy, it's all so cheesy.